Before Harry Potter ever waved holly and phoenix feather with uncertain confidence, long before Dumbledore started bending time, rules, and the Ministry's patience over tea. There were wands, slim, enchanted sticks of wood, seemingly innocent, yet capable of staggering magical feats and occasional petty rebellion. From duels to destinies, wands have been at the heart of nearly every legendary moment in the wizarding world. They've caused wars, chosen heroes, betrayed villains, and occasionally backfired in the hands of the overconfident. Ancient origins, when wizards upgraded from pointy fingers. Once upon a very ancient time, before spellbooks, Hogwarts, or house points, magic was raw, unpredictable, and mostly unfiltered. Wizards and witches cast spells using their hands, their voices, and whatever natural objects they could imbue with magical intent. Think less elegant wand movement, more dramatic finger guns, and wishing really hard. These early magical tools ranged from staves carved from sacred trees, bones of magical creatures, ritual stones, and yes, even enchanted soup ladles, though the spell results were usually lumpy and under-seasoned. While some spellcasters became quite adept at wandless magic, the downside was obvious: lack of control. Spellcasting was prone to fizzles, explosions, or the occasional transformation of your neighbour into a three-legged goat. The idea of a dedicated magical focus, something that could contain and direct power with finesse, began to emerge across different magical cultures. In Europe, early wand makers like the Gregorovitch family, yes, that Gregorovitch, the one robbed by Grindelwald, began experimenting with combining magical woods and creature cores. Their goal? Stability, power, and style. Meanwhile, in Africa, magical artisans worked with natural elements to craft staves and wands for specific rituals. But many practitioners still favoured wandless spellwork, relying on inner strength and precision. In Asia, especially in regions like Japan and China, the development of magical instruments was often tied to spiritual discipline and natural harmony. Wand equivalents, often staves, rods, or carved talismans, were crafted using lunar cycles, ancestor blessings, and elemental balance. It wasn't until the rise of standardized wand making that wizards across the globe began to realize, with a well-matched wand, spells didn't just work better, they worked beautifully. Think of it as the magical equivalent of trading in a rusted lawnmower for a gleaming enchanted Ferrari. From these humble, haphazard origins, the wand evolved into the sleek, temperamental, and occasionally explosive magical companion we know today. The wand woods, where personality meets bark. Wandwood isn't just a fancy aesthetic choice, it's essentially your wand's personality. Like the world's most dramatic houseplant, your wandwood has preferences, quirks, and might even hold a grudge. Some standout wandwoods: holly, rare and protective, great for wizards facing dangerous or transformative journeys. Harry Potter's wandwood, because of course he got the plant version of a noble knight. Yew, powerful, deadly, and oddly connected to necromancy. Not for the faint-hearted, or the faint-souled. Voldemort's wand says hello. Hawthorn, complex and contradictory. Perfect for those with internal conflicts or, let's say, emotional range. Draco Malfoy naturally. Elder, ancient, and ultra-powerful. Hard to master. More cursed heirloom than trusty sidekick. Dumbledore mastered one for quite a long time. Vine, sensitive and seeks out uncommon individuals with hidden depths. Basically, the wand version of that one professor who sees potential in you when no one else does. Hermione had a vinewood wand for reference. Ash, loyal to one true master. If you lose this wand, don't expect it to rebound with someone else. It's already written your name in a heart. Cedric Diggory died with his in hand. Ebony, for those with strong convictions and bold personalities, often found in the hands of nonconformists or rebels, or both. Willow. Known for healing and grace, often chooses those with great potential but some insecurities. Think of it as the wood version of a wise grandma who believes in you. Everyone's favourite redhead Ron's wand. Oak. Solid, dependable, and strong. Perfect for dueling, long battles, or emotionally surviving a group project with Slytherins. Think Hagrid. Other wandwoods include acacia, alder, apple, aspen, beech, blackthorn, black walnut, cedar, cherry, chestnut, cypress, dogwood, elm, fir, hazel, hornbeam, larch, laurel, maple, pear, pine, poplar, red oak, redwood, rowan, silver lime, spruce, sycamore, and walnut. Ollivander himself had a list of dozens of woods, and each has its own personality. Wand matching is basically magical Tinder, and if your wandwood is wrong, it'll ghost you during spells. Magical cores. The power inside the stick. Now let's talk about what's inside your wand, the magical core. This is where the real juice flows, and each core brings its own energy, temperament, and drama. 3 most commonly used by Ollivander. Unicorn hair, reliable, consistent, and unlikely to misbehave. These wands are loyal, but not the flashiest. If you're looking for drama-free performance, and who isn't, this is your jam. Downside? They get sulky when mishandled. Dragon heartstring, bold and powerful. These wands want action, adventure, and probably a little danger. They learn spells quickly but have a tendency to be a bit temperamental. Think Ferrari with opinions. Phoenix feather, rare, curious, and sometimes stubborn. These wands are the wild cards of the magical world. Capable of amazing feats, but they may take their sweet time choosing their wizard and might disagree with your spell choices. Both Harry and Voldemort had phoenix feather cores from the same bird. Talk about sibling rivalry. Other magical cores exist in wands from around the world, and some of them are truly wild. Thestral tail hair, only used in the Elder Wand as far as we know. Powerful but extremely hard to master. A wand for someone who's seen death, literally. Velar hair, unstable but enchantingly powerful. Used by the French wand maker Beauvais. Great in the right hands, dangerous in the wrong mood. Thunderbird tail feather, favoured by American wand makers like Shakoba Wolf. Excellent for casting spells related to storm magic, emotion, and adventure. Basically a wand that thrives on drama. The combination of wood and core is like a magical matchmaking service from the gods. The wrong match can cause weak magic, wand rebellion, or spontaneous combustion. The right match? Well, that's the stuff of legends. Length and flexibility. It's not just the size that matters. When it comes to wands, length and flexibility aren't just about aesthetics or wand envy in the corridors of Hogwarts. They're vital indicators of a wand's personality and the wizard it chooses. Wand length. Short kings and magical giants. Wand length typically ranges from 9 to 14 inches, though outliers exist. Yes, someone out there probably has a 17-inch wand and definitely talks about it at parties. Shorter wands, under 10 inches, often suit those with a more refined style of magic or a tighter grip on control. These witches and wizards might be quick, precise, and confident. No need for flashy extras. Longer wands, over 13 inches, usually indicate someone with presence, physically, magically, or in terms of dramatic flair. They might belong to a tall person, a bold spellcaster, or a wizard who really needs everyone to notice when they enter the room. Fun fact, wand length isn't always about the wielder's height. It's more about the scope of their magic and personality. A towering wizard with a short wand might be intensely focused. A petite witch with a long wand? Probably a spell-slinging hurricane in heels. Wand flexibility. Bend it like Bellatrix. Wand flexibility refers to how easily a wand bends and how much it adapts to change. Kind of like a magical Myers-Briggs score. Supple, swishy, or whippy wands tend to belong to adaptable and spontaneous personalities. These wizards roll with the punches and might enjoy a bit of magical improvisation. Rigid, stiff, or inflexible wands suit those with firm principles, unwavering determination, and maybe just a dash of stubbornness. If your wand doesn't bend, chances are neither do you, in duels or in debates. Ollivander took these traits very seriously. A rigid wand in the hand of a flighty wizard might cause magical misfires. A springy wand with a rigid wizard might act like an impatient puppy on a leash. In other words, the perfect wand is more than wood and core. It's a dance of personality, power, purpose, and yes, occasionally a bit of sass, like Harry in the books. Wand loyalty. Complicated relationships since forever. If your wand likes you, it will perform magic at its best. Crisp spells, powerful charms, the occasional heroic moment when it blasts a Death Eater across a room. It's a bond of trust, magic, and mutual respect. But if you lose your wand, or worse, someone defeats you in a duel and takes it, your wand might just ghost you, literally. One moment, it's your ride-or-die magical sidestick. The next, it's giving limp sparks like a moody teenager asked to do chores. The breakup rule: defeat equals divorce. Wand allegiance is based on one of the most ancient magical principles: might makes right. If someone defeats you, and it has to be a true defeat, not a cheap shot while you're tying your shoes, your wand might decide it likes your opponent better. Like a cat, it's loyal, until it isn't. This is exactly what happened with Draco Malfoy, who disarmed Dumbledore and unknowingly won the allegiance of the Elder Wand. Harry Potter, who disarmed Draco and became the true master of the most powerful wand in existence, even though he wasn't using it. Because wand loyalty is weird like that. Slow to change, quick to flee. Not all wands are fickle. Some are deeply loyal, even resisting new owners. These wands might perform poorly or not at all in new hands, like trying to borrow a friend's iPhone with Face ID. Others are quick to switch sides, eager for a new challenge or a stronger bond. Imagine a wand going, "Ugh, finally." Someone with actual ambition. These are the ones Ollivander politely describes as having a strong sense of self-preservation. Dueling, magic's messiest custody battle. Wand loyalty issues are a major reason duels are such a thing in the wizarding world. It's not always about honor or grudges. Sometimes people are just fighting over custody of a particularly powerful wand. The stakes can get high. Duel someone and win? Congrats. Their wand might now whisper sweet magical nothings to you. Lose your duel? Hope you enjoy that backup wand from the discount bin. Twin cores, the magical plot twist. And let's not forget the rarest, weirdest wand connection of all, twin cores. When two wands share a magical core from the same magical creature, like Fawkes the Phoenix, they can't fight each other properly. Their spells will collide, merge, or even trigger priori incantatem. That eerie reversal where past spells echo out of the wand like ghosts at a family reunion. This is what happened to Harry and Voldemort in the graveyard during Goblet of Fire. A battle of power, sure, but also a battle of deeply awkward wand siblinghood. Wands have feelings too. At the end of the day, wands aren't just tools. They're magical, semi-sentient companions. They grow with you, respond to your emotions, and sometimes even act on their own, like Harry's wand blasting Voldemort's borrowed one to bits in Deathly Hallows. They are part weapon, part partner, part very picky pet. So take care of your wand. Learn its quirks. Don't duel recklessly. And whatever you do, don't make it jealous. Wands around the world. Magic, materials, and mastery. While British wizards like to think they've cornered the market on wand lore, we're looking at you, Ollivander, the truth is that wand making is a global art, steeped in the traditions, values, and magical philosophies of cultures around the world. If you think phoenix feather and holly are exotic, just wait until you hear what other regions are crafting. Africa, the art of wandless wonder. At Ouagadougou, the largest wizarding school in Africa, carved into the side of a mountain and shrouded in mist like something out of a dream, students are known for their exceptional skill in wandless magic. Yes, they can cast spells with just a gesture or a look, like magical superheroes who skip the wooden training wheels. Wands are used sparingly in many African magical communities, often reserved for particularly complex charms or potions work. Some African wand makers still craft exceptional wands using rare local materials like baobab wood or the heartstring of the river serpent. But the emphasis is more on inner power than external tools. Over there, it's less the wand chooses the wizard, and more the wizard chooses whether to bother. Japan. Precision, ritual, and elemental harmony. In Japan, wand making is treated almost like a sacred art form. Think tea ceremony meets magical engineering. The crafting process often involves purification rituals, moon phases, and even ancestral blessings. Japanese wands are designed with balance and harmony in mind, aligning with elemental forces like fire, water, earth, air, and spirit. Some wand makers in Japan incorporate kami-blessed materials, such as ironwood infused with spiritual energy or cores made from Kirin hair, a mythical creature resembling a dragon-deer hybrid. These wands aren't just magical tools, they're spiritual companions that demand respect and mindfulness. If British wands are like passionate artists, Japanese wands are more like disciplined samurai, elegant, restrained, and quietly powerful. North America, rugged, wild, and unpredictable. Across the pond, the American wizarding world is a melting pot of traditions, but one name stands out: Shekoba Wolf, one of the most respected wand makers in the United States. Her wands often use thunderbird tail feathers, a core that resonates with stormy emotion, travel, and transformation. These wands are best suited for wizards with a taste for danger, unpredictability, and wanderlust, basically magical Indiana Jones types. Other prominent American wand makers include Violetta Beauvais, whose wands use velar hair and are known for their raw power and sometimes fiery tempers. Johannes Jonker, a Muggle-born wand maker known for his use of innovative core materials and sleek modern wand styles. American wands are often more experimental and adaptive, reflecting the diverse, pioneering spirit of the continent. However, they're also less bound to tradition, which can be liberating or chaotic, depending on who's wielding them. Magical diversity and global wand lore. Beyond these, there are countless other wand traditions around the world, from South American wand makers who use feathers from quetzal birds to Polynesian wands carved from volcanic wood and cooled with enchanted ocean water. Some communities still use spirit-conducting talismans or staffs instead of standard wands, proving that while the tools may differ, the magic remains universally powerful. Clearly, wand lore isn't one-size-fits-all. It's a rich, evolving tapestry of magical culture shaped by geography, myth, and magical belief systems. So while Ollivander may technically be right that the wand chooses the wizard, elsewhere in the world, the wizard might just choose a staff, a spellstone, or nothing at all, and still blow your socks off. Ollivanders, the wand whisperer of Diagon Alley. No history of wands is complete without tipping your pointed hat to Garrick Ollivander, the soft-spoken, silver-eyed savant whose quiet shop in Diagon Alley contains more power and drama per square foot than a Quidditch final at Hogwarts. Born into a long, ancient line of wand makers, Ollivander is quite literally carrying on a tradition older than most civilizations. The family has been crafting wands in Britain since 382 BC. Let's put that into perspective. While Muggles were out discovering fire, inventing togas, and losing empires, the Ollivanders were already deep in wand theory, experimenting with dragon heartstring and muttering about wand flexibility like the magical world's most intense woodworkers. Wand making perfected. What set Garrick Ollivander apart from previous generations, and wandmakers worldwide, was his scientific, borderline obsessive approach to wand lore. While others relied on tradition and superstition, Ollivander documented everything: wood properties, magical core behavior, how different wand lengths and flexibilities influenced magical aptitude, and whether certain combinations had, say, a flair for charms or an unfortunate tendency to backfire during duels. He basically invented the magical spreadsheet, only it was probably enchanted to rearrange itself when someone's wand loyalty changed. The wand chooses the wizard. This iconic phrase is Ollivander's mantra, whispered reverently every time a wand box flies off a shelf and whacks a customer in the forehead. It's a deceptively simple idea. A wand has preferences. And those preferences aren't always about talent, blood status, or magical education. Sometimes they favour the shy over the bold, the broken over the brilliant. In Ollivander's eyes, a wand isn't a tool. It's a partner. And if it doesn't like you, it will misfire, sulk, or, in truly messy cases, explode in your face like a glittery stick of TNT. But when the pairing is right, the result is a match made in magical heaven. Ollivander's legacy. Though somewhat unsettling in demeanour, calm to the point of creepy, especially when he starts listing your wand stats like a living magical resume, Ollivander is undeniably brilliant. He could recognise the make and core of a wand with a single glance. He knew who made it, how it would perform, and in some cases, even what kind of spells it had cast before. He was kidnapped by Voldemort during the Second Wizarding War to provide wand expertise, proving that even Dark Lords recognise the importance of having the right stick. Today, Ollivander's name is synonymous with the wand experience. If you didn't get your wand from his shop, are you even a real Hogwarts student? His reputation remains unmatched in Britain, and wizards across the world would still give their left kneesel to get one of his handcrafted creations. Wands are more than just magical sticks. They're personality tests, power conductors, and life partners rolled into one. From the humble beginnings of channeling chaos to being tailor-made masterpieces, wands have evolved alongside wizardkind, shaping destinies, deciding battles, and occasionally catching fire when insulted. So next time you think about magical history, spare a thought for the unsung hero of every wizard's journey, the wand. Just don't try borrowing someone else's. It won't end well.
Mischief managed. Knocks.